Hi, this is Mwonda Benjamin from Good Hands Fertilizer. I remember last time I talked about we are going to be discussing things to do with agriculture. Now in lesson 1, we're going to look at the difference, rather the discrepancy between organic fertilizer and chemical fertilizer. So to start with, the difference is organic fertilizer aims at feeding the soil and nourishing the soil for for the betterment of the crops that we're going to plant. While the chemical fertilizer, it doesn't have anything to do with the feeding of the soil or nourishing the soil. So that's one of the differences. I repeat myself, I said organic fertilizer aims at feeding and nourishing the soil, while the chemical fertilizer has got nothing to do with the soil productivity. The second thing is organic fertilizer, it contains a diverse or a number of nutrients which are needed for the crop. But the chemical fertilizer, it only has few plant nutrients. Mostly it's 3 or 4, like the NPK in most cases. That's what you find. So in this way, we are understanding that the organic fertilizer, because it has got a lot of nutrients, meaning the plants, they also depend on those same nutrients. The plants, the soils where you just apply the chemical fertilizers, that's the reason why you find that most of the soils, they are depleted, they are so acidic. Yeah. Not only that, but we also know that the organic fertilizer, it releases the nutrients slowly, as hence it protects the nutrients from leaching. But the chemical fertilizer, it has a high soluble chemical which just dissolves in the soil. It just goes like that, then it becomes like a wastage. So what I mean there is the chemical fertilizer, it releases the nutrients as fast as possible compared to the organic fertilizer. Not only that, but also the organic fertilizer helps in water retention, nutrients and water retention. That means the nutrients commonly are absorbed by the what? By the plants. But the chemical fertilizer, it doesn't have anything to do with the release of what? The release of the nutrients. Apart from that, this same organic fertilizer, it provides food for living organisms that depend on the soil. For instance, the organic matters in the soil, they become like homes for living organisms that live in the soil, like the worms. That's the reason why you find most of the loamy soil, they're very rich, they are very fertile. But the chemical fertilizer does not promote the living organisms in the soil. That's the reason why you find most of the lands where you just use the chemical fertilizers are depleted. Apart from that, the same organic fertilizer, what it does on the soil is it modifies the temperature for the temperature to be favorable for the crops. Hence, the chemical fertilizer has got nothing to do with temperature modification. Not only that, there are quite a number of the differences. Just to mention a few, the other one is the organic fertilizer. It improves the structure of the soil. If, for instance, if the soil is sandy soil, if you add or you use too much organic on it, you find that the structure of that soil, it slightly changes. But the chemical fertilizer, it doesn't have anything to do with the structure of the soil. Hence it just depletes the soil, and the soil continues to become sandy. So that is one of the reasons or the differences, rather the discrepancies between organic and chemical fertilizer. The last but not the least in the line of defense is the organic fertilizer. It promotes thicker cell system, or it promotes the cell system of the crop, just like a human being. Yeah? you find that the red blood cells in the body, if they're well balanced, meaning that person you'll be resisting to diseases. So in this case, plants, they become disease resistant. But the chemical fertilizer, actually, you anticipate a lot of pests and disease attacks on the crops that are planted on that piece of land. Remember, I said at the beginning, this was lesson 1 on this platform. The other thing that I would like you to know, our dear farmers, is you can share. Feel free to share on this group, ask questions, you'll be attended to. You can find us via Facebook. Just type Good Hands Fertilizer Limited, then it's gonna come on your screen. Ask questions, feel free. Your participation will be highly appreciated. We are also on WhatsApp. You can WhatsApp us using this the following number, plus 26 0978 01 4669, plus 26 0978 01 4669. Thank you. Stay blessed.